Welcome back to my kitchen. This week we discussed gut health. Science is telling us there's quite a bit of information that is being signaled to our brain from our gut. And there's a direct connection to disease risk and weight management based on our microbiome. 5 years ago, nobody knew they had a microbiome. Now we are obsessed with it. We can use nutrition to improve the amount and the quality of healthy microbes. Now, science tells us there's 100 trillion single-cell organisms living on and inside us. One study from the University of Maryland School of Medicine showed that 26 species of bacteria can be linked to obesity indicators like BMI, hypertension, which is high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and insulin resistance. Research indicates a strong relationship between diet and the ratio of good bacteria to bad bacteria. On the flip side, sugary, highly processed food can negatively impact our gastrointestinal system, our GI system. Our gut bacteria regulates many bodily functions, and we're just realizing this. From immune function to digestive function to actually absorbing some of your nutrients. Our guts become damaged when we eat a diet that's high in sugar and starch. And then we don't eat the foods that are fibrous and rich in nutrients that feed the good bacteria. Or we take too many gut-busting drugs like antibiotics. Anti-inflammatories or NSAIDs can hurt our gut microbes. And also acid reflux medications can hurt those microbes. So what I'm saying is, your gut health is critical for your overall health. So as we picture our gut as a gut garden, we don't want the weeds to take over. We want to eliminate those bad bacteria or reduce them greatly. Not enough of the good bacteria, too much of the bad bacteria can lead to GI disorders, gastrointestinal disorders, like IBS or irritable bowel syndrome, leaky gut if you've heard of it, even chronic inflammation, depression, some of those are linked to gut health as well. So what will we feed our gut? Well, I'm here to tell you fibrous foods that we've been talking about the whole program will feed the good bacteria. These are called prebiotics when you feed the good bacteria, or the probiotics. We also might need to include foods that are cultured so we can recolonize the gut. And also fermented foods will help recolonize the gut as well. Let's remember everyone is different. So all of our guts look different and our microbes look different, but they have found in research there's some consistencies or trends we're seeing with certain microbes that are healthy that live mostly in lean individuals and other microbes that might be in more overweight individuals. All right, I'm gonna let you look inside my fridge, but absolutely no judgment, or I'm coming to your house and I'm gonna look and see how clean your fridge is. All right, what do we see in my fridge here? A dirty fridge. No, I'm joking. So you will see about 4 different options of cultured product here. So I've got my miso, which is a cultured soup that you can make a lot of dishes with. If we look at the ingredients, I see that they started with a koji starter. So anytime you see starter, that's going to be a bacteria that they've added to start that growth. I also have a probiotic gut shot here from Farmhouse. I really love this brand. It's a little bit more expensive, but it is a probiotic drink and you take it as a shot. So I would only probably use about 2 ounces of that. Love that in dill pickle flavor. You can also buy Farmhouse Culture sauerkraut in this same type of flavor. They've got a lot of flavors, but I really like the products. And Lifeway is a great brand. It's a cultured product, it's lower fat, but this is how the kids get their probiotic in daily. And they take it in a 2 to 3 ounces shot and they drink it from a juice glass. I love kefir in dairy form. Usually it adds over 12 active cultures, and you can see the cultures on the back. Lifeway actually lays them out right there with the strain names. That's fantastic. I actually haven't had my kefir for the day, so I'm going to show you exactly how I would do this. I usually start out with a juice glass, very small. If you don't have small glasses at your house, I suggest you have them. If you drink juice at your house, then you should be only drinking about this much in a setting, and definitely the kids should have about this much and not probably more than once a day. because they will just keep downing it, and it's a very concentrated form of sugar. So off of that topic, you can start with a juice glass, or a small shot glass is fine as well. But then you need to shake the kefir. If you've got a dairy form kefir, you want to shake it well. It even says it on the top, shake well, because it settles or it clumps up a little bit, and that doesn't mean it's bad. There's an expiration date on it as well. Also, if you were doing the probiotic drink I had that was the gut shot, that was more of a water-based kefir, or that dill pickle kefir, you would want to shake that because it settles in that drink option as well. So then I pour about this much. That's about as much as I pour. And then I down that, and this is not gonna have as much sugar as an 8-ounce glass, which is actually what the serving size, if I look on this bottle, I can see the serving size is 1 cup, which is 8 ounces or 240 milliliters. And I see that the sugars, it's 20 for the total, but that's because there's some lactose sugar in it. So the included added sugars are only 8. That's still quite a bit of added sugar, and that sugar is coming from cane sugar in Lifeway. Lifeway's using cane sugar. So I can reduce that greatly by having a lot less than 8 ounces and having 2 to 3 ounces every day. That's going to recolonize, so I've got the probiotic or the gut microbes that can then eat the fiber when I have the fruits and vegetables through the day. It can eat on that and start to grow and multiply and benefit my gut, so the good bacteria take over. Thick, creamy though, tangy, sweet because it is pomegranate. Let's look at some prebiotic food that help with the growth of our microbiome. So all of these have different colors. We've talked about phytonutrients in the past, but they also have different kinds of fiber. And that fiber that we're talking about is a prebiotic fiber that when it goes to the digestive system, it's not fully digested, it's non-digestible. And so truly its main goal is to get down to our gut where it starts to feed the microbes, where 70% of our immune system is. So those good microbes, and they've found over 500 species of different bacteria in our gut at this point. Not all good. The good bacteria love this kind of prebiotic or non-digestible fiber. They feed on that when they see it, and they grow well. And they grow so much that the bad bacteria really can't hurt us or start to cause problems because the good bacteria is so prolific. It is important that you are consuming quite a bit of these kinds of foods throughout your day. And as you know, you're on a specific plan, so you know how many servings you should be getting in your day for other reasons more than just the prebiotic benefit. Next step in feeding my gut, coffee. No, I'm joking. Actually, my whole wheat bread that I will have, and I'll put a little bit of peanut butter on this bread and make it for my breakfast. And then I'll have a nice fruit, a whole fruit like 2 kiwis or an apple to complete that meal. So you've heard me mention prebiotic. That's the non-digestible food items that go through your gut and the microbes eat them. So I'm finishing up my whole wheat bread here for breakfast. This will feed that probiotic or bacteria that I fed myself just earlier when I drank the kefir. I'll also have some apple, and then later we'll have a salad at lunch. More prebiotic to feed the gut. How much fiber should you be consuming every day? Over 25 grams. Men, you should be shooting for over 30 grams per day. Doesn't seem like a lot when we look at the amount of fiber in some of our whole foods, like our whole wheat products. Our fruits, our veggies have a lot of fiber, but if we're not eating those and we're seeing refined flours or refined breads and pastas every day, we're probably not getting the amount of fiber we need. And we know Americans definitely aren't getting the amount when we look at the trend of fiber intake. So what you learned from me today is there are many benefits linked to a plant-based diet. I also want you to feed that good bacteria because we're living organisms with tons of living organisms all over us and inside us, and those are protecting us and keeping us healthy. So we need to give them what they need, which is their fiber-rich foods. So stick to a plant-based diet. Half of your meals should be non-starchy vegetables or some kind of healthy starchy vegetable in a moderate amount. Your toolkit is formed. Now all you have to do is take the steps, Use the principles and the information and move forward week by week. Journal it, mark it in your calendar so you know how far you've gone. I'm proud of you. Have a great rest of your week and enjoy your week off next week, but still follow those principles and stick with the plan that you have created for yourself. We'll see you the week after Thanksgiving.